All right, so today I want to talk about a book well, it's so much more than just a romance. It's this really raw emotional journey about what it feels like to be completely lost and the kind of courage it takes to build a home from nothing. We're diving into Devney Perry's amazing contemporary romance, Juniper Hill. So this is how we meet our protagonist, Memphis Ward. And wow, these words just hit you, don't they? She's not just, geographically lost on some dark road in Montana. She's a new mom fleeing a life that nearly shattered her. And her whole world, this tiny 8-week-old baby, is right there in the back seat. I mean, this is rock bottom. And Memphis's journey, it's really born out of just pure desperation. Think about it. She's leaving behind this life of incredible wealth and privilege in New York City. A life that was completely suffocating, totally controlled by her powerful family. And she's doing it all to give her son, Drake, a shot at something real. She has no money, no real plan, just this housekeeping job lined up in a tiny town called Quincy, Montana. The stakes? They're as high as they get. And this really just drives home the absolute whiplash of her new life. I mean, going from a Princeton grad to scrubbing toilets, from a life with private drivers and weekends in the Hamptons to literally counting every single penny for gas and baby formula. This wasn't just a cross-country move. It was a complete teardown of who she was, and she did it all for her son. So after this absolutely grueling drive, she finally makes it. She arrives at Jupiter Hill, and it's this gorgeous house sitting in a golden meadow. It's like a little beacon of hope for her. Her new home is this small loft apartment over the garage. It's humble, for sure, but it feels safe. And it's right here in this quiet, beautiful place that she's hoping she can just, quietly put the pieces of her life back together. But, of course, that quiet new beginning, it's about to get a lot more complicated. Because now we meet Knox Eden. He's her landlord, he's her new boss's brother, and let me tell you, he is not thrilled about having a tenant. Especially not a tenant with a baby that cries. He's your classic, brooding, grumpy hero, a guy who wants nothing more than his peace and quiet. And this quote? It just perfectly sums up his whole vibe at the beginning. Knox makes it crystal clear. He wants her gone. This is no warm welcome. It's a total cold shoulder, and it sets up one of the best grumpy sunshine dynamics I have ever read. He's the storm cloud, and she's this little ray of sunshine just looking for a safe place to land. But of course, that ice has to start melting, right? The real beauty of this story is how slow that thaw is. It's not about some big, grand gesture. It's about all these little moments. Like Knox bringing her a real meal because he sees her eating mac and cheese straight from the pot. Or them having a quiet conversation late at night when the baby just won't stop crying. Their connection is built on this shared vulnerability, which is so much deeper than just physical attraction. And you can just feel the battle raging inside Memphis. She is so drawn to this handsome, super complicated guy next door. But at the same time, she's terrified. Her one and only focus has to be her son, Drake, and building a stable life for them. A guy like Knox, he feels like a huge distraction, a temptation that she just can't afford to give into. Okay, this moment right here, it's one of the most important in the whole book. It's an absolute gut punch of a confession. In this really raw, honest moment, Memphis tells Knox that her own father has never even held his grandson, that she's been completely cut off. And that one sentence, it just shatters the wall between them. It cements Knox's role as a protector, not just for her, but for Drake too. You can pretty much map out their entire relationship arc just like this. It starts off so tense, then it moves into these really vulnerable, honest conversations. That leads to that amazing first kiss. And ultimately, it becomes about something so much deeper. It becomes about building an actual family. So just when Memphis is starting to feel safe, just when she's starting to believe she might have actually found a home, her past comes crashing right into Quincy. And you just can't outrun a past like hers. It shows up in a fancy SUV, rolling up that gravel driveway like a huge storm cloud on her new, sunny horizon. Can you even imagine the shock? Her parents, the same ones who disowned her, are suddenly standing on her doorstep. And they're not there to say sorry. Oh no, they're there to drag her back to that life she escaped. Turns out they hired a PI to track her down. Their reasons are just so cold and calculated. It's all about control, and it has absolutely nothing to do with love. And in that intense moment of confrontation, Knox doesn't even hesitate. Not for a second. He steps right between Memphis and her father, basically becoming a human shield. This quote, "Oh mine, it's everything. It's so fierce, so protective. It's him declaring to the world, Memphis and Drake belong with me now. They're part of my home and I will defend them with everything I've got."
And this is the massive secret Memphis has been hiding, the bombshell. Drake's biological father, he has ties to the mob, so her family isn't worried about her. They're terrified of a scandal that could ruin their precious family name and their hotel empire. It's all about image, all about control, and Memphis is just a piece in their game. So, after all that drama, all that heartache, and that absolutely beautiful, slow burn romance, what's the final verdict? What do we think about this emotional roller coaster of a book? Let's wrap this whole thing up.
All right, for everyone who loves the quick facts, here's the book at a glance. We've got Juniper Hill by Devney Perry, which came out in 2021. It is a fantastic contemporary romance, and it just perfectly nails all those tropes we love. You've got your grumpy/sunshine, your single mom story, and that irresistible small-town charm.
But you know, the most powerful theme in this whole story, it has to be the idea of a found family. It's so beautiful and life-affirming. Memphis literally ran away from her biological family, a family that had no love for her, only to find a real family in Quincy, a family with Knox and the whole Eden clan, who chose her and loved her and fought for her like she was one of their own.
So what's our final take? This is, without a doubt, an absolutely beautiful book. It's so much more than a simple romance. It's a really powerful story about a woman's incredible resilience. It's about getting a second chance and finding the courage to completely tear down your old life to build the one you actually deserve on your own terms. Which is why we are giving it a huge 9.5 out of 10. Seriously, it's a deeply emotional, super satisfying, and just plain heartwarming read that's going to stick with you long after you finish the last page. It is an absolute must-read for anyone who loves romance. And hey, if you're looking for another book that gives you that same amazing feeling, that finding love in unexpected places vibe, you should definitely check out Things We Never Got Over by Lucy Score. It's another fantastic grumpy sunshine, small-town story with so much heart. Or you could try The Simple Wild by K.A. Tucker, which is a beautiful romance all about finding where you belong, even when it's the last place on earth you'd expect. All right, that about does it for this explainer. If you had fun taking this deep dive with us and you want more, please make sure you hit that follow and subscribe button. That way you won't miss what we've got coming up next. And we'll just leave you with this one question to think about. What would you be willing to sacrifice for a chance at a true home? For Memphis Ward, the answer was everything. And as this incredible story shows us, it was absolutely worth it. Thanks for joining me.